The second day of strikes is expected today after thousands of UC service workers across the state hit the picket lines at campuses and medical facilities. Elizabeth Alvarez is live outside Jacobs Medical Center in La Jolla with more on the second day of protesting there. Good morning, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, these employees began striking part of day 2 of their 3-day strike about a half an hour ago. Let me show you. There are probably a couple hundred to 300 people here. These are all employees who are in housekeeping. We're talking about custodial workers. Many of them are women. Some of them are immigrants. They're part of the service unit. These employees are represented by AFSCME, which is the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees. This union did not accept the most recent offer, the contract terms that was presented by the University of California. These workers say they want better wages, medical and retirement benefits. They want their wages to try to keep up with the cost of living. Now, the union says it has been bargaining for over a year now to address what they call the widening income, racial, and gender disparities that the union says exist. So we have these service unit workers who are here, but also today we have another union, the California Nursing Association. We've got nurses who are also striking in sympathy of these employees, and we also have other physicians. I want to introduce you to one of those physicians right now. This is Isaac Zamora. He's actually a respiratory therapist who is striking in sympathy, in support of your colleagues here. Tell me why are you doing this?
That's correct. So we had a study that came out, and what it showed is that if you happen to be a woman, a person of color, or an immigrant, the odds are that you're going to be making a hell of a lot less than your white counterparts. To me, it's unacceptable. These are the people that I rely on to do my job, and they make the hospital run. I believe they have the right to be treated fairly and equally.
Now, you're a respiratory therapist, as I mentioned. So, are you part of the union, or are you associated with a different unit?
I'm associated with the union. I'm with AFSCME. However, there's 3 unions here today: CNA, which is the nursing arm of the union, and then we also have another union called UPTI. Yeah, so it's 3 unions here today.
I know, and what is that you have in your hand? That's the actual study that the union did?
Right.
Which is what the basis is of
right.
What you're wanting.
Right, so I've been here for about 10 years, and I've made relationships with all of these. These are my colleagues. The majority of them are going to be women, immigrants, people of color. To me, it hits home that they're making less than their white counterparts. So I'm standing up for that. If you look around, we're also fighting for safe staffing. I've been here at least for the last 2 years. I've seen since we opened Jacobs Medical Center, we've been consistently, I'd say chronically short-staffed, and at times acute on chronically short-staffed. To me, it's unacceptable. I'm also a patient here. So not only do I work here, I'm also a patient here. My wife comes here, my kids come here. So I'm fighting for patients as well, not just for us.
Thank you for that. We appreciate your input, Isaac Zamora, a respiratory therapist. Once again, this is day 2, and we are going to continue to cover what is happening here. The union has agreed to strike until tomorrow. And just so you know, coming up next hour, we are going to speak with a representative from UC San Diego Health. I can tell you right now that UC San Diego health officials say that the hospitals and clinics will remain open for now. They say patients who may be affected by the strike will be contacted by patient care teams. UC San Diego Health has apologized in advance to patients and their families who may be impacted. But we are going to hear the other side of this. There was a final offer. There was an offer made to the union. Why was it not accepted? We'll talk about what those terms were coming up for you in the next hour. That's the very latest here at UC San Diego Medical Center. We'll send it back to you in the studio for now.
It's a rowdy bunch, but imagine how disconcerting it must be if you have to go to that hospital and you see all this. Yeah. You know, I think that's a disruption that they're hoping for. All right, thanks very much, Liz.